Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to another edition of Friday Night RODDCAR. Here tonight for race 8 of 15. Here live on YG Media. As always, got my co-host in the booth. Art, how we doing?
Excited as always to be here for the best car. Probably not the best car track combination, but my favorite track and a really fun car so far this season at Talladega.
Yep, back here for race 8. Only 3 races left in the regular season before we head to the playoffs. Points mean more than anything. And we'll see some drivers trying to get themselves solidified into a spot potentially tonight. And guys moving closer to that bubble or off of it or back into it. So tonight's race information is as follows. 1 lap of qualifying to set the field for the 75-lap main event. 55% fuel capacity gives these drivers an estimated fuel run of 20 to 25 laps. 3 green-white checkers. And 1 fast repair as always. Had a wild one last week at Atlanta. So wild, in fact, let me just check the notes, that both Seth the Merchant and Matthew Zwack were parked and put on a 1-race suspension for causing multiple incidents in the same race. So we will not see them tonight. Potential championship implications. And let's go ahead and get right into the on-track action as qualifying is just about to get underway. Okay, we got a full 36 or 37 car field, so it looks like we got them all maxed out. Advancing from tonight's LCQ, James Mendez, Steven Maggio, Ryan Doucette, Wesley Kuznov was in 4th, but got DQ'd for causing wreck on the last lap. Harley Payne in 5th makes it through. Colin Forrester in 6th made it through. Cooper Glick also DQ'd on the last lap for causing an incident, and Jacob Dunn is the last transfer from the LCQ. And then Gary Weaver, a very late addition, as Harry Tiller was a late opt-out. So we'll see here who gets pole. Tyler Gary is usually a strong contender for it. We'll go on board with him for the second half of the lap. He works his way off of turn number 4 underneath the apron, legal in qualifying only. He'll blast to the line. A couple times on the board, Andrew Cootie making a return to RODDCAR, 52-52. Tyler Gary, 52 as well. Andrew Cootie actually 52.515 to take it by 8 1/1000ths of a second. Ryan Doucette. Rod Flag also out on track. In the last week he was the Black Pirate scheme. Now he's in the white resurrected Pack 6 scheme, Pack 12, whatever they're calling it these days.
I think they're going to have to make a minimum pack of, 8?
But there is news, positive news, for the pack. We got Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Oregon State, San Diego State, Washington State. All states.
Just waiting for them to bring back Idaho.
Get the Dakotas while we're at it, and you got a ball conference there. Rod starts his one and only lap. Let's go on board with the man that is so handy at these one-lap events.
If the pack can manage to bring in the Dakotas, I'd be willing to call them a power conference again.
Still the time to beat Andrew Cootie, 52.515. Got 6 times on board back to Dylan Dreiling. Now 7 as Doucette slots into 4th. Got a bunch of guys out. on their one lap. Got a minute left. Let's see what Mr. Rod Flag can do off turn number 4 into this start-finish line. Underneath the apron. Trying to minimize any speed loss that he can. Rod Flag, P4. Steven Maggio goes 9th. Here's Gary Weaver. The 75 machine coming to the line. Looks to not go under the apron. Harley Payne. Brandon Cruz, Monsivais, Corey Henry. Perry trying to finish their laps. Weaver goes 9th quickest. Harley Payne crosses the line, goes 5th. Monsivais should have time to finish. AJ Green is wrecking. Corey Henry and Mo Perry also blasting to the line. With seconds remaining, Henry crosses Monsivais and Perry. Mo Perry goes 2nd, Corey Henry 8th, Monsivais 14th, and that is qualifying. Andrew Cootie in his return to Friday Night RODDCAR will be your pole sitter here this evening.
I've never been so disappointed.
And it looks like everybody's number worked except for Brandon Cruz Monsivais. Why he was singled out, I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and load it back in, though. That's unfortunate for Mr. Monsivais. We'll go ahead and chuck that one back in, and we'll get it updated for him. And that should be that. And there it is. Alrighty, everybody's ready to go. Alright, Art, we got our numbers set up finally ahead of schedule. Who's winning the night's race before we even start rolling off here for this grid process?
Give me the return of the pack. Give me Rod Flag.
Is this the moment?
The resurrection.
In this, 36 cars tonight. Looks like we'll all be here. Go ahead and give me... give me 1 second to pull this up. We've been to Talladega now 3 times. Tucker Minner has won 2 of them. Cozy got the 3rd. And the 4th one will go to Parker White. It looks like everybody except for Scott Warren is ready to roll off here. We'll see if he gets back in or not. The 35 cars are rolling away.
So we need to have our man Corbin start setting lines because I want to know the over/under on laps gone without a caution. Because I think like we've been here enough, should be smart enough that we can make it, a good ways. 9.5. Corbin says 9.5. We can make it.
I'll take the over.
I'll take the over.
here we go. Real quick while we work off turn number 4, let's show you the championship standings entering tonight's race. See there the top 18 all in playoff contention.
Why does it look like we're not going to be able to make it out of the pace lap green?
Geez. Those are the playoff contenders in those first 2 pages. We're ready to rock and roll here tonight at Talladega. Andrew Cootie in his return going to get us underway as the green flag flies here tonight.
We're already going to be 3 wide. Monsivius going to that third line.
In that 55 machine, not a whole lot of help with him. Scott Warren does reconnect, start from pit lane, and he is underway, so all 36 cars are here and rolling at Talladega. Middle line surging on lap number 1 with help from Joe Swanson. Harley Payne, the Tennessee car. College football is back upon us, so got some teamed theme schemes.
Oh, we're already going around. Not even a lap.
And it's Michael Cozy Jr. Did not make it 4 corners.
Like how Corbin said, under you're not accounting for Cootie. Cootie nowhere involved. That man's just holding his line up at the front.
So let's take a look at what just happened. It's not the view that we want. We don't know what happened as a result. Back it up just a tiny bit, and we can see, what happened in front of Cozy.
Ooh, what did they do?
So we saw Monsivius going 3 wide early, and it was, Tucker Bender was not clear. Trying to make a big move to get in behind Parker White and a couple other Coke drivers on the high side. Monsivius for, I guess, yeah, he was 3 wide, and then they came up to him. So naturally, a big gap formed. Tucker Minard trying to take that momentum. This comes up, puts Monsivius into the wall, and back to Cozy. Hunter East, nothing he could have done. AJ Green, nowhere to go. Ryan Oates maybe gets a piece there, and Jay Riot through the grass. But on board with Hunter East for your first caution, and happens just like that.
Still like Corbin just claiming it's all on Cootie.
All right, so we didn't finish the first lap under green. The bet's not live. So, second run, it'll be active. If you're Scott Warren, you're saying, hey, thanks, fellas. Get started for pit road, and I'm already caught back up. No worries there for me. Let's go talk to the Pit 2 gang. Dean Clabbett, Jacob Roth, Mo Perry. Here with Pit 2 gang. What is...
already?
What
Holy
is...
crap.
Well, we got Mo Perry leading this sucker.
Oh my goodness.
Woohoo!
What is... It says under the description of Pit 2, read Rule 2.3.1. What is that?
That's a great question.
Are you behind in the times?
I'm behind in the times. What is Rule 2.3.1?
It's a guy on iRacing who's been protesting like everybody.
Oh, I did see
on
that.
their behavior.
Oh,
And-
yeah,
and
awkward.
He posted something on I think under Travis's post, And now it's a nice copy paster.
No,
so
love
nice
that.
got the,
Also, Moper, you are blinking pretty significantly.
oh,
He is deafened right now.
Ah, they might be trying to fix it.
problems.
Thoughts on the return of Andrew Cootie to Friday Night RODDCAR?
As long as he doesn't wreck the field, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Mo almost abandoned his qualifying lap, so.
I mean, Andrew Cootie was the original Dean Clavitt. You've taken that
Hey,
mantle.
listen. My God.
You had a track record the last couple seasons, sir. You got a rap
What do
sheet.
you mean the last couple of
Listen.
seasons?
Oh, I don't know. You
Just
know what
been
I'm
the
talking
season.
about. You've had your moments.
Hey, I only had one penalty last season, okay?
All right, well, keep it that way for the rest of this season. We don't want you getting parked like the rest of these fellas.
No promises.
All right, well, good luck. Mo Perry's leading this field, blinking terribly in front of them. So
yeah, I know. I didn't know that I was until they told me after you joined in here, so that's why I had to deafen for a minute. But restart's going to be real weird because I guess we're doing a Brad Keselowski situation, but not as bad.
all right,
After the line, I'm pulling down before 1, so.
All right, well, don't wreck the field. Good luck.
I'm not going to.
Famous last words, potentially. I'm not going to wreck the field. We'll see about that.
I don't think I would ever put those words out there. That just feels like you're asking for it at that point.
Yeah. Don't tempt fate. It does not work out well. The man that brought out our first caution also has our fastest lap. 59.47 for Michael Cozy Jr. Only man under a minute. That 99 still has some left side damage, but should have a fast repair in tow. Lights are off on top of the pace car. We're going back racing lap number 5. See if we can get a little further into this race. Pace car is off. Well, Perry in control of the field, but for how much longer, we're not really sure. Through the Geico restart zone, and we're back underway. But it was going to pull down before turn number 1, but he wasn't blinking. Now he started blinking again, but looks like he's committed to leading this race for the time being. But a great push from Joe Swanson on the high side. It will have Andrew Cootie out in front.
Mo is gone.
So is in fact sticking to his plan. Already 3 wide in the middle. Dreiling and Ryan Oates trying to find somewhere to go.
I think there's a lot of blinking cars this race. That was one out of Ron there.
The line, I think Tyler Gary stole that one. They were wrecking again, big right behind the leaders. It's huge. It's pretty much the entire field. Cozy's in it again. Dylan Dreiling, Monsivius, Carter, Dunn. Parker White sliding down the banking.
What in the world are we doing? We just lost everything? All sense of being out here?
It actually looks like this starts with Steven Maggio. We just happened to go to the correct onboard, and let's take a look at what happened here. He's shooting the middle. And there's just a lot of jockeying for position. You can see here Wyatt Tinsley's coming up. Actually, there's just a miscommunication between him and Falkingham. Dreiling then gets hit from behind by Ryan Oates, who at the same time is not getting hit from anybody. So it's just a stack-up effect. As they're going 3 wide, you can see it here. It all starts with those 2 cars on the low line. Furniture Row 78 kind of getting checked up into the momentum that Maggio has. Maggio checks up. Dreiling tries to check up, but then gets run over. And then it is off up into Jacob Dunn. Dreiling up the hill. There's Gary Weaver. Dell, Forrester, Zielinski, Mendez. Man, that's just a lot of people. Dreiling a hard hit up into the fence. Jacob Roth behind. Getting spun around. Mo Perry dropped off the field. Looks like a good idea on his part. Let's go on board with Jacob Roth. Who actually applied the brakes so well, he spun himself out. That's what you want to see out of your drivers. Kevin Spencer, excellent use of the brakes. Do a dead stop. There's cars all over the racetrack. And as a result, Mr. Rod Flagg is in the lead of this race. The updated Pac-12 paint scheme. I'll go ahead and give him... Actually, let's do this. Yeah, there's the revised Pac-12 teams. In all its glory, you got the CW. We got the CW in RODDCAR. Yes, I love that. Looks like we got, is that the Apple Cup too, I think I see on the side? Very nice. Well done.
The Apple Cup.
Let's go. Solid scheme there for Mr. Rod Flagg.
Georgia Tech to the Pac-12 win.
Listen, I'd be so down.
Just give all the smart schools to the Pac-12. Rice win.
Have we lost Scott Warren already?
Yeah. And Mo Perry.
Well, Mo Perry, I understand internet-wise. What happened to Scott Warren?
It's just manually disconnected.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Oh. So did Scott Warren just get fed up? Has he had enough?
Can I do that?
Oh, so tell me why I'm driving home from work and the car literally directly in front of me, right? Their left rear just starts bouncing up and down off the ground wildly, and then the car proceeds to crab walk. I mean, violently shaking the car.
I cannot tell you.
Like,
That seems very unpleasant.
that was a wild scene. I was like, alright, I'm going to give you your space because I'm not sure what's about to happen. It was pretty crazy. We got a Nebraska scheme here. It's college football season. Big win over Colorado, League 2.
There's only one person in the field that's from Texas. And I know for a fact he's not going to run a Texas scheme.
Who is from Texas?
James Mendez,
Ah.
who is from Houston.
Ah. I know DK is a huge Cornhuskers fan as well, so he'll probably look to work with AJ Green maybe if he gets down to it.
Is there anyone in here from Georgia you could try and... You got Harley Payne.
But he likes Georgia Southern and Tennessee apparently, so.
Where is I can't even remember the dude's name. The big Tennessee fan.
Tyler Dugan, he's been MIA
Tyler
for
Dugan.
about a year now.
I need Dugan back. I need Dugan back now that college football is back. That man had.
And now that Tennessee's
so much fun.
actually very good,
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say very good.
They're pretty established as a solid team now, I feel like. Not elite, but pretty good.
I'd say top 8.
Yeah,
in the
they're
SEC.
not. Oh. Whoa. I don't care for Tennessee, but that's. Ooh. Dang.
You saying they're lower than top 8 in the SEC?
Wow. Here we go, back underway.
To be fair, the top 8 in the SEC could be the top 8 in college football.
All right, I don't need this propaganda.
It just means more.
I'm so sick of this.
I get to be one of those fans now. We left the Big 12. We're in an actual conference now.
Michael Cozy Jr. has been wrecked twice inside of 10 laps, and here he is going 3 wide inside the top 10.
There are no cares in the world.
Absolutely
It's either
not.
we're over before it started, and he saves 2 hours of his life, or he gets to come out here and have fun.
Talladega usually produces some of the best racing we see. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication even further in the back. So let's see if we can kind of settle down here, get a couple laps under our belts, and then go from there. Is Cozy actually getting hung out to dry? Especially in the Gen 6 package. It's been pretty good all season. Atlanta was a different challenge. Back to Talladega, the stomping grounds. Everyone should be very comfortable here. And we should see some hectic moves, but ultimately under control. But barely. As the field is quite scattered, all things considered. We got Scott Warren back, as well as Mo Perry. So Swanson continues to lead Andrew Cootie second in line on the bottom. Here comes Dylan Kemp with help from Tyler Gary and Corey Henry on the top side. Kind of a 3x3 stalemate at the front. Hopefully going to be swallowed back up by the pack. 3 wide, probably about 10 rows deep for a couple of rows, and then single file through the rest of it.
That middle line's not getting established.
Now, Ryan Oates dropping all the way back outside of the top 15 now, and look at the speed difference, but Tucker Minner and Michael P. Frisch going to try and start to get it hooked back up again. They got the 2-car tandem. They got Bobby Zielinski coming behind him. And a host of others potentially. But it all starts with the 2-car tandem. A little bit of side draft there for Minter on Falkingham. Just like that, they're back up into the top 10. Delph going to pull up right in front of Tucker Minter. Almost got shipped into next week.
See, it just takes a couple pros to really establish that middle line there.
Parker White's going to back up to Minter. Now, Minter will be the one pushing. Parker White up through the middle. DK up top with Corey Henry. Gary and Swanson on the low line. Now here comes Cootie to pick up the run from Parker White. Bottom 2 stay committed to that yellow line. Swanson maybe a little... He was thinking about it. Gary thinking about it. Big block. 3 wide for the race lead. And he's going to get hung out the drive just a little bit.
Oh, and this is going to be a big shot here from Tucker Minner.
Going to stack up that middle line. Stacking them up a little bit. But they make it work. Cootie leads that lap.
You're 4 wide there for a second in the back.
And now we're a lot of 3x3. You can see here. What is this? 27 in the lead pack. 2 seconds back to Dean Clabbett and company. Single file, just trying to bide their time. Avoid the big ones. What is the plural on the end of that? DK through the middle with Corey Henry. Andrew Cootie, no help up top. His turn to drop like a rock outside the top 10 in a matter of about 10 seconds. He'll fall in line behind Jay Riot.
Ooh, Jay Riot puts himself on the wall.
That was an aggressive clear-up move from that 97, but
It's a really quick way to make an enemy.
Just like that, the 24 gets back by the 97 anyways. All the way back to 18th, we got Ryan Oates well off the racing surface, coming back up right in front of Delph. 4 wide, Cozy nearly gets clipped again. Edge of your seat stuff here, but they're hanging on to it for now. Still making a big move to the middle. DK coming down with White. Dylan Dreiling all over the back bumper of James Mendez, looking very unstable between those top two in the third lane. And Gary shipped off the bumper of Zielinski, blinking cars all over the place. Chaos continuing for about the 5th lap in a row. Front 4 trying to break away just a little bit. Give themselves precious seconds of respite. Just time to not think about what your next move is going to be. Let's go on board a little bit further back in the field. This on board with Daniel Falkingham as he's trying to break out of this pack. And instead, swallowed up by it at the moment, coming up on lap traffic all the while. You see Harley Payne, that 62. He's making a move down to the middle. He wants to help Falkingham. Falkingham will want to help Harley Payne here. But there's being a move further up the field by the leaders, trying to split. Chris Hill getting hung out. Falkingham dropping to the bottom. That is Scott Warren, the lap car, leading the inside line. But he'll have to pull down and get out of the way. Massive checkups as a result. And they make it through. That was a hectic few moments there. And up front, it's James Mendez. He won the LCQ tonight. Can he go 2 for 2? We'll find out. A little less than 50 laps is DK. We'll take that at the line. And I think you'd say this is pretty typical Gen 6 racing now is what we have on our hands. Now 26 cars in the lead pack, and they're all going for it. And we got even in the back. And as I say that is wrecking on the back.
A hard shot.
Pieces flying off. Joe Swanson coming back up the racetrack. Looks like he's the one that's missing part of his car. Let's find out what happened.
It looked like it was going to be a simple, just, car goes around, everyone scatters, and Joe Swanson hit the inside wall. Just destroying the front of that thing.
Let's get a better look at this. Not that surprising, unfortunately. This started with the 92 and the 83. They did not seem in sync whatsoever. And they were, even through the corner, you can just kind of look at them moving all around. They're not really in sync. One or another, they keep moving around. Dreiling gets Mendez on the left rear. Back up the racetrack. Swanson nowhere to go. Then hit in the right rear off of Delph. Forrester gets a piece. But that 71 is destroyed here at Delph. Also getting a piece of that. Let's go on board. It's all the way here down at the bottom of the racetrack. And he just keeps coming down, keeps coming down. You think you're good last second. Big damage to Garrett Delph. And even Colin Forrester has a hand in this. And while all that was going on, just a lap before that, we were on board with, look at the shot there that Ryan Doucette gets. Just a big checkup. Adrian Green hits him in the right rear.
How do you end up in that situation?
And then on board Frisch. Nowhere to go. Gets a piece there from... Who does he get hit by? That's just Mendez tagging him again. And then one more look at it on board with what kickstarts this off the corner. James Mendez going for the race lead. That car just instantly comes around. Not what you want to see. Down the back straightaway at Talladega. No, Doucette actually does get a piece there at the end. Oh, he gets more than a piece, and he is decidedly behind this. Yeah, that, wow. He just misjudged the heck out of that one. And his left front is the sacrifice. Man. DJ Smith, your leader. Go talk to him.
A furniture row painting.
Hello.
Greetings.
You're in pit 1, DJ Smith, Gary Weaver, Harley Payne. DJ Smith, you're leading this sucker. Haven't pitted, but you're
yeah,
still
for
leading this
about-
sucker.
I'm leading for about 20 more seconds.
Well, you still get the airtime with it, at least.
More than I normally get.
Harley Payne, you've been up front most of the night. How's your race going?
I'm just glad to be here, dude. I kept missing out on making the race in the LCQs, and I finally had one go my way. Brought the Gray Ghost Tennessee car tonight.
Very nice. And then, yeah. Gary Weaver, I think we got stats on you. Where are you at in the field here right now?
I'm about to restart in, I think, 10th, if not 11th.
Yeah, there you are. 75 machine. You have made one career rod car start before tonight, so cars in one piece. That's all you can ask for at this stage.
At this point, yeah, I got caught up in the earlier accident entering turn 1, so I have no faster pairs left, and I am terrified. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, you're starting up front, and it's Friday Night Rod Car, so anything can and will happen. Good luck, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice that we got some people hanging out with us tonight in the pits. Normally, it's just our misfits in pit 2.
Her misfits.
I mean, Dean's like second in the penalty row standings. Like, he's one away from getting parked for a week. Our very own Dean Clavitt. You hate to see
Does he
it.
still have a YJ on the car?
I don't think so. I think he took that off, thank goodness.
Alright, good.
No, he's got his own
Then-
stuff going on, yeah.
Then he is no longer our very own Dean Clapp.
He's got a bullseye on the back, so that's very fitting.
We only claim him when he's in championship contention.
He
Which has been, like,
he really
2
should have
seasons.
had one. I think, what was it, like 27 or something?
Your Cozy stole it.
Because of this man. But here we go back for the restart. That was a very good run. We'll see if we can get another one out of these guys. Alt 36 still running. Ryan Doucette is on pit road, though. Big problems for the 77 machine. Pace car is off. Field in control with Wyatt Tinsley. He makes his way through the fake restart zone. I got caught there because I wasn't paying attention on the update. I went way ahead of the field. And through the real Geico restart zone, we're back underway. And already through the grass, DJ Smith.
Wait. What are we doing?
Back this up real quick. And he just didn't go. He just did not go whatsoever. Rod Flag gave him a little get out the way.
That's just a little wake-up call, brother. We're supposed to be going forward.
Man was not ready to step on the loud pedal there. Wyatt Tinsley out in front of this field of 34 other competitors. Ryan Doucette through that misjudgment. Don't know if he already used the fast repair or if he didn't have it selected. And there goes Dylan Dreiling around. Big impact in the back of the field. Around goes Forrester and a host of others. Cautions out again.
I just don't know what we're doing. That's, what, 4 already?
Here we go. Looks like, is this Nathan Barrows? Just going to get him right in that left rear. Almost a carbon copy of the last caution. Just cannot push on that left rear off of Gary Weaver. Up into Parker White, Forrester, Hunter East, Andrew Cootie, Barrows. And that's it. Let's take a look here. We will be able to write this down. That is, in fact, the 4th caution of the night. So we're in for a 12 caution night if the trends hold up. Which,
I'm going to sleep.
I want all that. You gotta play the cards we're dealt, so here we are. Good news for Scott Warren, James Mendez, Joe Swanson, Parker White, who are already laps down. I'll be able to get at least one back.
When do we hit up Rod about getting paid hourly? Like, sometimes it'd pay off, and sometimes we'd,
They'd put on that master class and we'd lose money. Jay Riot will stay out and get that bonus point. But since we're coming out to it, let's quickly remind everybody we have Talladega tonight. Excuse me. iRacing Super Speedway. It's one appearance next week. And then September 27th will be the regular season finale at Daytona. And then October 4th, we have the wild card playoff doubleheader at Talladega. And how that works will be like this, as follows. League members who are 6th through 15th after 10 races will compete in the wild card playoff for the final 5 playoff positions. The 5 eligible league members who accumulate the most points during the wild card playoff races advances to the playoffs. Unless an eligible league member wins, then they automatically advance and there is one less points transfer spot to the playoffs. In the playoffs, the 5 eligible league members who accumulate the most points during the playoff races advance to the championship race. Unless a league member wins, then they automatically advance to the championship, and there is one less points transfer spot to the championship race. And then in the championship race, out of the 5, the member, driver, or league member, whoever finishes the highest, wins the championship. So top 5 in points get to skip the playoff doubleheaders. They go right to the playoff races. And then we settle 6 through 10 there. And then we settle 1 through 5 in the playoff race 1 at Daytona and playoff race 2 at Talladega. We'll trim the field from 10 to 5. So if you are, I'll quickly bring up this again. Just got to be in that top 15 to have a shot at it. And right now that goes all the way back to Jacob Roth on 115. Mo Perry trying to knock him out. 111. Scott Warren, Harry Tiller not here tonight. That'll be a big blow to his playoff wild card hopes.
If we have pit 2 guys going at each other, that's just going to be sad. We got to be working together.
Looking back at it, Joe Swanson needs a big night. Rod Flagg's wax suspended. The Merchant suspended. Dean Clavitt needs a big night. Jaden Carter, Nathan Barrows, Jay Bryant all need big nights. And really, if you're past Wesley Parker, you really don't got a shot at it. We'll see what Tinsley or Oates, Delph, Doucette, and Mendez. I mean, we'll just see what they got. And that's about it. So top 15 advance to the wild card, 15 to 10, and then 10 to 5, 5 to champion. We got Jay Riot contingency stickers. Love it. Appreciate it. Let's go look at it. And he's leading this race. How about that? Where's our sticker at? There it is. Very nice. Love to see it.
Need more YJ in the field.
We really do. But there's a decent view at it. RODDCAR, YJ Media, leading the race. It's a double bonus. You get airtime for leading the race, and you got our sticker on your car.
See, that's exactly why we need more cars. If you tell us you got YJ on the car, you're getting more airtime.
If you just mention it, you get free airtime. I don't care if you're sitting on pit road.
As long as you got that car parked on pit road, we'll show it.
Mm-hmm.
We love ourselves here at YJ Media.
We do a pretty good job, I suppose. Cozy again going 3 wide early and often. Colin Forrester. DJ Smith thinking about going with him. All 36 cars back in the running. Ryan Doucette back on track. He's only 4 laps down. He's not out of this race by any stretch. Not at all. A lot of blinking cars tonight. We'll see how that affects things. Jacob Dunn having to jump to the back. How do we join? Well, we will go ahead and give you that link right now. Got to make it through the LCQs if you're a rookie. But we highly welcome any and all challengers.
Do we?
There's the website
So there's
link.
a
There's the
RODDCAR.com.
Discord link. Should be everything you need to get up to speed. Tinsley, tired of pushing that 97, and tired of being in the lead, goes up to the top. Will fall outside the top 10. Ryan Oates to the lead in that very good-looking scheme. Got 224s in the field here tonight. This one is Hunter East. Tucker Minert, Chris Hill charging on the high side. Hunter. Oh, Tucker Minert off of Chris Hill.
Oh, there's
And
Jay
the after
Ryan's going
effect.
around.
Oh, he's not
Parker,
gonna.
yeah, there it is.
There it is.
It's a long wreck there.
Did Jay Riot save that race car though?
He wanted to keep the YJ clean.
So we had Hunter East getting shipped off of Delph. We had Tucker Minter getting shipped into the wall. Everybody freaks out. Joe Swanson especially. What a save from that 97. Holy smokes. That'll also get you airtime. Look at this again. Hang on. But you're going to see Joe Swanson here, I think.
He comes all the way down from the top lane.
He is assuming the worst at this point. Yeah. He did not like what he was seeing ahead of him. Had to get down to the bottom, and poor Jay Riot. Hello! How about it? Good save there. Parker White, the big loser in all of this. That's just an abrupt left. I don't know if we can do that. Jake Roth gets a piece. But all in all, out, everyone should be okay. Let's go on board here with Harley Payne should have a good view of this. No! That was good. Yeah, it started out so bad. Let's go get you that. Let's go get you the hands view here of Jay Riot. Back that up. On board with his 97 machine. Look at the hands. He never stopped driving it. Clavitt gets a bonus point by staying out. It's crucial for him. Lap 30, 5 cautions tonight, so haven't shaken out the Atlanta rust yet, but the previous races have been fantastic.
I don't know why we have any Atlanta rust. This ain't Atlanta.
Well, they didn't get it out of their system, apparently. First 6 races were excellent, top tier. Atlanta set everybody back.
About to have more people sitting on that, suspension list.
We'll see here. If you know, mind their P's and Q's, it's a long season still. We'll be going back green here on lap 32, one more time around. We got Gary Weaver out in the lead of this race. And after everything's said and done, his second career start. How about that? We'll see what he does with it.
See if we can make it more than 5 laps without a caution. And start being mean and hope they do better. Zach Milano said, I'm not feeling so bad about not making it anymore. I need Rod to let me know when suspensions or penalties are coming out. My popcorn ready. Like it's going to be a long ride up.
So here we go, back for the restart. Lap 32, nearing that halfway point. 34 cars on the lead lap. Scott Warren is 1 lap down. Ryan Doucette is 3 laps down, I believe. Maybe 4 still. We'll see. Pace car is off. Gary Weaver in his second career start in that 75 machine. In front of this field with Andrew Cootie behind him. Garrett Delph, Ryan Oates, the top two on the outside line, and a big jump for Weaver. We're back underway. Big jump for Weaver. This could potentially cause some kerfuffle. Rod flag saying, see you guys later. But they close up nicely. Andrew Cootie, big move to the middle. Wyatt Tinsley, Jacob Dunn up top. Chris Hill's going down there to get Rod. It looks like. Doesn't say it. Nevertheless.
It seems like a bad night for iRacing right now.
Rod's doing this whole lap on the apron. He's doing the Kyle Busch qualifying lap from the trucks all those years ago. Finally rejoins the racing surface. 3 wide for second. Andrew Cootie at the line over Delph. Here comes Zielinski, Parker White. We're 3x3. Dylan Dreiling in the wall a little further back. 4 wide now for the race lead.
There's contact. They're
That
keeping it
second
straight.
line
No
is
freaking
absolutely dropping like a rock. Maggio Cozy trying to hang on to it.
out. Oh, they're all fighting, trying to get in line.
And it has absolutely killed any semblance of a third line, at least for the time being. Will provide opportunities for guys further up in those top and bottom to reform it, should they so choose. And there goes Tyler Gary doing exactly that. Field very
Shot
scattered.
out of a cannon, jeez.
This Hill all over the back of that 26 machine. Gary, if this was the last lap, he'd have it, I think. Maybe Zielinski, I don't know. Very close.
He had it by, like, the
100th of a
nose.
second, maybe.
Those pros know how to push. This one know how to wreck each other.
All are getting very spicy and still under green. Let's crank it up for the first time here tonight, live on YJ Media. They made it through the Crank It Up segment. You love to see it. Well done, fellas. Work of art right there. Next time around, we'll be halfway when they get to 37 and a half laps completed. We're finally hitting that halfway mark. Why are you 6 years away from your microphone?
I put it up for the crank it up.
It's making a comment from Daytona.
Man, all right, just, little Michael Waltrip showed up at the wrong track.
Oh, we got Harley Payne underneath the apron. Looks like he'll be okay. He's not exiting pit road, but rather got put in an uncomfortable situation and survived. Things are somewhat calming down. We got the top 19, a slight gap back to 20th. And then after 27th, we have another group. Dylan Dreiling all on his lonesome. Ryan Doucette, the lap car, in the pack, as was Scott Warren. So only Dylan Dreiling all on his own. Take a look at the laps led for your top 7. Tyler Gary with 6, Andrew Cootie with 3, Tinsley with 2, Perry with 5, Chris Hill with 3. Walensky trying to lead for the first time this evening. Gets a big help there when Gary bobbles off the nose of Cootie. Bobby Zielinski should be a lock to lead his first lap of the evening, and he'll do so. 1 lap led for Bobby Zielinski. One of the top 7 to have not led so far, Frisch in 5th.
Telling me Mo Perry has led a lap?
He has, in fact, led a lap. Let's go on board here. We got top 18 in the lead pack. Tucker Minert having to rely on the services of Colin Forrester to try and get him back up there. And that goes from 19th to 27th. And then 28th is Daniel Falkingham. 29th is Cozy. And they are a much smaller pack, it must be said. It's Joe Swanson even struggling to keep up with this group. Gap from the leading 18 to 19th. 1.6 seconds. Gap from that second pack to that third pack is 1.2 seconds. And closing is Cozy all over the back bumper. I got it 9/10 of a second, 8/10 of a second. They should be there now. And you can tell Cozy gave it everything he had before he had to lift and save his engine temps. But it should be just enough. Need one more push to solidify it, but Falkingham 7.5 tenths off the back bumper. Now 6 tenths, and they are there. So they have closed up the 2 packs to form one big second one. 47.76 for Falkingham, a 49 flat for Ryan Oates. So these 3 were absolutely flying, and Joe Swanson could not keep up with them. Left behind. Well, all that was going on, the leading 18 extending their lead over what is now the second group up to 3 seconds. So if these leading 18, if they can just keep it nice and calm, they could start to control this race just a bit. But right at the front of the field,
that Parker White, he was in the wall there.
Pick to win. Facing a little bit of adversity there.
Do we know the fuel run?
20 to 25. Everyone looks like they pitted on lap 28, 29. Some of them 29 or 30. And then Gary Weaver pitted on lap 24. So he's going to start to feel the heat here in just a couple of laps compared to his peers. We said 20 to 25-ish. And he'll be at 20 next time by. Big move there from Gary. Parker White thinking about it. He will go with him. Wyatt Tinsley, thanks for coming. right in the sucker hole. But with only 18 cars in the lead pack, it's easy to make moves, and that's exactly what they're doing. You want to go to the front, get you a group of 3 or 4, and go for it. That's what Tyler Gary just did. Put Tinsley all the way back to 14th. And they are not catching. Chris Hill, Tucker, Minner, you know how good they are at pushing. And now they're going to start to battle 2 by 2 here.
Oh, they almost go around. I believe that's Ryan Oates. He was almost around.
Some infighting in the second group. That's not going to help anything. Parker White to the inside. Dylan Dreiling, no drafting help. Is about to go a lap down. It's off the surface, the racing surface. Very appreciative. Bad news for him is he won't be able to rejoin that pack. And he's got the second pack right behind him. So he could get caught in no man's land, but actually he should be able to blend with the second group. Just like that, with all that maneuvering from the top now 17, the second group is only 1.8 seconds behind, so they are getting somewhere.
I mean, yeah, when
And
you
it
were
caused a
led by
split, and look at this second group. We now have 3 potential packs again, but Ryan Doucette trying to be the bridge. And then back together again. 1.7, 1.6, 1.5. If there's anyone that's going to do it, it's Tucker, Minner, and Chris Hill. Very capable pushers. 1.3, they just need a little bit more. They might get it from Montsavias if he gets kind of hung out to dry here and ends up going to the very back. Maybe gets it from AJ Green. We'll see. 1.2, 1.1. And we got green flag pit stops. Gary Weaver and DJ Smith pitting together. Gary Weaver put it a couple laps before the rest of the field, and he's bringing his teammate with him. They're hanging out in pit 1, so DJ Smith could have kept going, but that's a teammate. So we did get green flag pit stops here tonight, officially. But those two will be a little off cycle, and we'll hope for at least one more caution to get them cycled back. They got to 1.1, but now they're back to 1.3. Chris Hill had to let the engine cool just a little bit. 1.4. Good exits, it looks like, from the 75 and the 17, so they'll be tandeming around. 1.3, let's just go on board. 1.2.
Yeah, those pushers are getting aggressive, though. Tucker almost went around there.
He knows how to handle it, and they just lose a little bit because they cannot stay connected the whole time around, but that's what it takes to get them competing with the lead pack. And here we go. 1.3, 1.2. Lead pack is getting ready for pit stops. 1.1. They're single filing out up front in the top 15. Let's see who blinks first. We expect these guys to come in, you know, obviously 5 to 6 laps after those two pair of DJ Smith and Gary Weaver. They pitted on 46. So they have a few more laps. There's Rod Flagg. He was by himself, burned more fuel. He had to make it. Oh no, he's getting out of the way. Just kidding. Lap traffic just ahead, so we should see them in right around lap 50-ish, 51, and that actually will put them very close to the final fuel window, as the second pack has made it. They're all here. Colin Forrester has to pit, though, all on his lonesome, with Jaden Carter, the lap car. So the whole field back together again. Well, most of it anyways. And There'll be a little bit of fuel mileage here. The guys that put it on lap 30, that extra lap could be huge for them. 26 to go.
Not feeling super confident in my Rod flag pick anymore. Could still get it back, but we got Dean Clavitt pitting in, Jacob Dunn pitting in, Michael Cozy calling pit.
Actually, a little less mileage than we normally get, and here comes pretty much everybody, actually.
We get any action? Parker White's going to get a shot there. We're 4 wide. That is relatively calm for...
Well, the top 4 are going to stay out, but now can they get to their box is the next question. How many are we going to lose from this? Yeah, they pitted on... It's lap 50. So that's only 20 laps hard deadline for these guys. So maybe they cannot make it to the end. Looks like Bobby Zielinski wins the race off pit road. And there's a whole mess behind them. They actually all look like they got out pretty well, all things considered. Nathan Barrows and James Mendez are trying to stretch it, though. Okay, come in and pit with 23 to go. They put it on lap 30. It's 51, so they might, if they could go another lap, maybe. But with the way this field's rejoining, everyone trying to get reorganized, I don't expect we go caution-free to the end.
You're not a truther?
No, I don't believe in these fellas. They mean well, but man, if there's a fuel mileage race, any possibility of it, they just ruin it. Week in and week out. Mo Perry and Kevin Spencer, they're coming out. There go the net leaders of Zielinski, Tinsley, and everybody else. Longest green flag run of the night, obviously. Mendez and Barrows are in. So we'll see if they can somehow stretch it. That will give the lead up to Zielinski once they come off turn 4. And that will give... It's a top 8 breakaway. Frisch trying to get pushed to that by Cootie. 1.3 behind. Just need a little bit more. There goes Barrows. And James Mendez way ahead of him, so they did not time that up right. As it stands, we have an 8-car breakaway. 1 second behind for Frisch to DK. Now 9/10, so make that 15 cars. They are there. I think it is. They are so close. But 22 laps to go. We got a bunch of single file packs all trying to get organized. That is the state of play on this 2.66 mile super speedway. You're Dylan Dreiling and you're Ryan Doucette. You do not feel good about your chances, as you are the lap cars. As well as Rod Flag, Scott Warren, Jaden Carter, and Joe Swanson, who just recently went a lap down onto that sequence of pit stops. One lap down is okay. Really, if you just Ryan Doucette, who's still 3 laps down, you don't feel, because really everybody else but Ryan Doucette is in an okay position if we get a caution. Got a couple still out there with no fast repairs. I think Gary Weaver mentioned he didn't have one earlier, so he had a ugly first 20 laps to this race, 5 cautions, but they've settled down since then. How many fast repairs were lost in that process? It's a
Jay Ryan potentially making a mistake here.
They are not sure what they're doing here. These back 3 cars.
He needs to get himself back at the line.
I'd say
Have that happen.
it's a 15-car breakaway, 3.2 seconds back to the second pack, which is not organized at all. So everybody here just kind of biding their time, and then you got a third pack back here. Jacob Roth fourth, all the way back to 29th. Ryan Oates on his lonesome. Joe Swanson a lap car in a pack. Jaden Carter, Scott Warren, Rod Flag, Dylan Dreiling. So yeah, that's a bad spot for Dreiling actually. 1 lap down already, and by yourself. Doucette 3 laps down, but with a pack. 20 to go. Dreiling about to go a second lap down. Still looking, by the way, for the first non-Coke Series driver to win a race. They have swept the opening 7 races.
And they currently have the top 4 and 6 of the top 7.
Brandon Cruz Monsivais, the first non-Coke Series driver. Then Dylan Kem, Andrew Cootie, Jacob Dunn, Stephen Maggio, Hunter East, AJ Green, Jay Riot in the top 15. And I think Frisch, saw something, he would maybe be a substitute driver for somebody that got suspended. I don't know. So he's Coke Light almost, very close to making it a number of times, I believe. So not sure why you'd pull out a line at this point, unless you need to go to the back and save fuel. Now Ryan Oates gonna go a lap down. And gives us 29 cars on the lead lap, and really 29 should stay to the end, as the rest of them are in a pack and well ahead of the leaders. Can they make it on fuel? Alan Forsher, lap 49, will be sweating it in the second group. Everybody else, lap 50, 51, 52 for Nathan Barrows, James Mendez. Trying to stretch, ended up putting them back into the third pack, so we'll see if it's worth it for them.
It really would be funny if they've just figured it out. Oh, never mind. Christopher Hale got in the back of Tyler Gary as I was saying that. Got a little spicy.
A little bit. But only 2 cars in this lead pack, which includes several lap cars, are looking to the high side now. Make it 3. Tyler Gary going to the outside. Tucker Bender, Chris Hilt. So now we're getting racy again with 16 laps to go. Can you do what?
I was going to ask a question. As a, I guess, not a fan of Florida, can I ask for the head of Billy Napier?
I think the whole state of Florida wants him gone, except for, Tallahassee.
It has been announced that he is going to start Graham Merritt's versus Texas A&M over DJ Lagway. For some reason, Graham Merritt, who has 91 passing yards this season, versus DJ Lagway, who has 487.
Crazy.
Give me his job, all right?
14 to go. Fuel was a question, and I think that's kind of why you're seeing some of the swapping that went on. Just to save maybe a little bit of fuel. Some of the Coke Series drivers, if you stay out, they didn't want to stay out in front of this field too long and go 100% throttle, so they'll get back in line and draft a little bit. Joe Swanson, Dylan Dreiling, Brandon Cruz, Monsivias trying to shake up the status quo. Only one of them is on the lead lap. But Dreiling trying to get his lap back the hard way. That'd be huge for him in the late going because he's 2 down. If he can get to 1 down, that'd be big for him. So Swanson trying to just get back on the lead lap if he was able to get out in front.
I feel like that'd be undeserved. Man's where he's at for a reason.
Pit stops? No, just a couple guys taking an excursion under the apron.
A couple.
There was like 3 that made a pretty dedicated looking move, and they're like, yeah, never mind.
Trying to pump.
They're
trying
to fake him out at 190 rather than 60. So here you go, the 3 lap cars on the outside. Well, Brandon Cruz Monsivias, this is actually him for the race lead. It must be said, and he is in the race lead. And he's not taking Dreiling or Joe Swanson with him, but they're the ones that got him there, so I would have probably stuck it out. Or honestly, do you drag the brake and let him get in front of you? Like, man. And here we go. They cannot make it. Nobody can make it. That is the majority of the leaders except for your top 4. And a couple lap cars. It was a hard 20, actually. Realistically. So they said, we can't make it. We're not going to save that much fuel. To heck with it. We're going to come in, do a splash, and go. Tyler Gary wins the race off pit road. James Mendez, Nathan Burrows. Remember, they pitted at lap 52. Do they try and stretch it because they end up ahead of this pack, which was your race leaders? The next lap, Parker White, Dylan Kem, AJ Green all coming in. Monsivias going to stay out. These 3 are going to have to be pretty aggressive on the exit to try and maintain. Scott Warren, something has happened to him as he's on pit road.
Does Brandon Cruz Monsivias have an extra fuel tank in that car?
He put it on lap 50. Falkingham pitted at lap 50. The second group hasn't pitted yet. They might be just hoping for a yellow. The 2 lap cars are going to help Monsivias. 10 laps to go. Where do they end up at? Here's Tyler, Gary, Wyatt, Tinsley. They've ended up somehow well ahead of the rest of the group they pitted with. They will get run back down, though, at some point. And there's Parker White and Dylan Kem. We're actually looking to come out ahead. They will just barely miss it. Actually, let's just Tyler Gary. He's going to work with them. So, Dylan Kem, maybe your net leader as it stands, but here comes the rest of this pack with a head of steam. Which is back to Jay Riot and AJ Green, and they need to figure it out quickly. They are in danger of being left. 7 tenths, 8 tenths, and they're still not hooked up. There's 9 tenths, there's a second, and you're gone. We lost those 2 from the cycle of pit stops.
You're going to have our logo on the car. You got to be better about that.
And Monsivias gives it up. Did not save enough fuel, and that leaves Falkingham out there. 9 laps to go. And these guys just banking on a caution. They have plenty of time if they think they can save. The guys that pitted are 27 seconds behind, and Tyler Gary's getting spun off the bumper of Chris Hill as they are going for it. They're going 200 miles an hour down the bag. You can see it right there. So they're not saving any fuel. So I think they'll give it up. They're just hoping for a yellow and some track position.
Still not going to come in.
Coming to 8 laps to go. A lot of lap traffic out there as well, so it's a 6-car pack. Mo Perry pitted on lap 51, Kevin Spencer lap 51, Mendez lap 52, Nathan Barrows lap 52. Could these be the guys to steal it? Their problem, however, even if they could make it on fuel, they are losing over a second a lap to the pack behind them. They'll get run back down anyways, so they will not steal one here. They will have to somehow merge with the pack. And that's what I'm saying. If you're the top 6, do you try and huge let off here? You have 23 seconds, or 28 seconds back to Steven Maggio. Do you go for a Hail Mary here with 7 laps to go? You can back it off big, and if the pack agrees, you're all going to save fuel. And then you have a 6-car race for the win.
You got it right. You got to at least try.
Falkingham has tried this before to stretch it massively, and if you see these lap cars...
Oh, wait, never mind.
Let them in front of you.
It's in chat already.
Yeah.
Pitting in.
So I mean, it was really like 21 laps dead on. They could not stretch it more than that. Kinda crazy. Coming in with 6 laps to go this time by. It's all of them.
Who messes it up?
It's all of them. So yeah, nobody could make it. Cozy. Very aggressive on the entry. So that gives the lead to James Mendez, but really not for that long, because here comes the pack. And are they going to even try and make it? Like, how does this work for them? They hit it on 52. And it didn't even look close for everybody else, so. Hunter East pulling the draft off of them. Those 2 cars down there not even going to try to block.
Woo! They were sideways.
But Mendez does get the lap lead for all of his troubles. They don't pass him until right after, so Mendez gets a lap lead out of all that. 6 laps to go. And we'll kind of ignore Barrows and Mendez for a second. It's 11 cars, not with them. But if they somehow have enough fuel, then it's a 13-car showdown. We'll see. Those 13, Tucker Minner, Bobby Zielinski, Frisch, Parker White, Tyler Gary, Dylan Kem, Tinsley, Steven Maggio, Hunter East, Chris Hill, Andrew Cootie, Mendez, and Barrows, but they're not looking like they might not even keep up with the pack as it stands. 5 to go.
Did I make a new pick to win?
Who's your pick? Who was your original pick?
Rod.
Oh.
Yeah.
My pick's Parker White. He's up there.
Tucker
Minner's won twice here already this season. We'll see if he can go 3 for 4. Oh, that's... Man, they're killing each other here. Lap traffic as well. There's Falkingham not yielding. They're going to be 4 wide. Here we go.
Ooh,
they just hip check him out of the way, and that's going to be caution.
Is it? Yeah, there.
Well, that was silly. Man, oh man.
I'm going to sleep. I'm not sitting through 3 restarts.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious what happened there. I mean, you can argue like the way. Let me read the rule as intended here, just so we could. Yeah, just we'll read the rules. Lap cars being approached by a large pack of cars are required to move to the apron and yield. And that did not happen, so say what you want, and let's see what caused it. He's holding his line. He doesn't technically cause this, but you can argue by being in position he was. What's that?
Can we blame it on Cody?
Let's see here. When you're this at quarter speed, Maggio's moving up. I think Minter hits Hill. Down. Ah, yeah. So it's Chris Hill coming down ever so slightly off the bump from Minter. Gets into Maggio and Cootie. And Cootie just hip checks Falkingham. And overcorrects it up the hill. Bang. Caution is out. And that'll take us that takes us right into RODDCAR overtime. First attempt straight up. There's no questions about it. And now you're kicking yourself. It's like, what if we just stayed out and tried to save fuel? We might have had a shot at it. Yeah, I don't know, because there's sometimes when it's a large pack of cars, but it's single file, so you're up by the wall. It's pretty easy to, get out of the way. And then there's other type of, I don't know, it's people will interpret it differently, but what are you gonna do?
You're gonna get out the way.
Yeah, they made him get out.
It's in the rules.
Yeah, they got out the way, all right.
He's quite literally in the rules.
Is it raining in your location?
No.
All right.
Why?
Just wondering.
What?
I'm just curious. It's purely a curiosity thing.
I don't like you.
Okay. But if you're new here, we had it last week, but RODDCAR overtime rules are as follows. 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered finish. If they wreck before they get to the white on the first or second attempt, we will re-rack them for the third and final attempt. And simply put, it does not matter what happens. The race has to finish under green flag conditions. If they wreck before they get back to the white on the third attempt, it does not matter. They will race back to the checkered flag. Positions will be reviewed manually by Rod. And we have a finish under green flag conditions. If they wreck on the white flag on the first or second attempt, it doesn't matter because they already took the white and they finish as normal. So the caution does not come out.
The real question is, can they make it the one lap?
They wrecked in turn 4 on the very first lap of the race, so we shall see. But this should give us, once we cross the line here, first of all, let's reset the running order here. Looks like we'll have 32 cars on the lead lap. Dylan Dreiling and Scott Warren are begging for one more caution because that'll put them on the lead lap. Ryan Doucette needs this to go all 3. And Daniel Falkingham is out of the race effectively because he can't get his laps back, all of them. So that's the way that it'll shake out. And obviously if we have more cautions, we junk up more cars and the running order changes again. Yeah, but Doucette 2 down, Falkingham still on the pits, 3 down. It's he cannot. It does not matter. It's still a pathway for Ryan Doucette, Scott Warren, and Dylan Dreiling. Potentially. You can see green, white, checker attempt there at 1 of 3. And then for the 32 drivers on the lead lap back to Rod Flag, any one of them can win it. It's been a while since we've had that truly massive accident right at the front of the field, and somebody from, 19th comes and wins it.
Yeah, last time I can remember was you. And that man's back in the field, so we could see it.
In the field. He's going to go for the win now. At 224s lined up directly nose to tail. That won't be confusing coming down the stretch, I'm sure.
Never.
But ultimately, all 36 cars still are running. Falkingham is back out there. We have not had a retirement yet. Pretty impressive. Pace car is off. Michael Frisch, Dylan Kem, Parker White, Tyler Gary, Stephen Maggio, your top 5. Chris Hill, Tucker Winter, Andrew Cootie, Bobby Zielinski, and Hunter East, your top 10. Everybody else hoping to get there. Looks like with all the craziness, DK will be your leader through the Geico restart zone in the first attempt of RODDCAR overtime underway, and they all slam into the back of each other before the leader even got going. Everybody trying to get out of the starting blocks hot.
For all of this, you know who's back on the lead lap, though?
Who's back on the lead lap?
Ron Flag.
He's going to steal it from 30 seconds.
Oh, Cody's
and
gonna put
already
in the
into the
wall.
wall. Both the 24s wildly out of control. 4 and 5 wide. And there we go. Didn't even make it to turn 3. So we will re-rack them again. They did not make it back. Here's one of the 24s. Looks like he got hooked in the right rear by the other 24. And they just never stop bouncing off each other. At all. Everybody trying to shoot the gaps late in the going, and they all just spin each other out. So that caution shouldn't take anybody out of contention. So if you're Scott Warren or Dylan Dreiling, you're very happy about the situation. Gets you back on the lead lap. That gives you 34 cars on the lead lap. If you're Ryan Doucette, it gets you from 2 to 1. And then if you're Falkingham, you're just oh so close, but it will not matter in the end. That was not Andrew Cootie's fault, though, I don't think. He got hooked. I cannot say that was his fault.
Yeah, I don't think I'd put that on Cody.
He's just chilling. I don't know what Hunter East is doing there. And then it's just a chain reaction after that. He has nothing to do with everyone else that wrecked each other as a result of that.
I mean, believe me, I'd be the first one to blame any wreck on Cody if I could.
He just gets hooked into the fence. Everybody freaks out underneath him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Hunter East goes way up before that, and he's already, like he's there. I don't know. That can't be anything other than a racing incident at best. Like, I don't know. It's not his fault. Call it a racing incident if you want, but it's not his fault. But nevertheless, that's our second attempt. That'll lead us to our second attempt. Yeah, but why does Hunter East, why put him in that awkward position? You're either going to go 3 wide or you're going to push the dude. Why sit in the in-between? Because then it just gives you all those problems. Which it led to. We'll see what Rod says Tuesday or whenever he does the penalty report. But you got to be predictable. It goes both ways. Second attempt at overtime, and assuming everybody gets their deals done on pit road, we should have 34 cars on the lead lap here. Getting ready to tear some stuff up here, I'm sure. In the second attempt here, there's Dreiling, there's 34. Doucette should be 1 lap down at this point finally, and he needs it. One more caution to finally get back on the lead lap. Remember, he listlessly just ran into a parked car under caution and broke his left front off. He could have a shot here in the very second to last restart to get back on the lead lap. So we should get lights out on the pace car this time by. Re-rack him for the second attempt. Pace laps at Talladega are unbearably long. let's just run through this. Gary's saving fuel. Steven Maggio's saving fuel. Minter's saving fuel. Looks like Hunter East is saving a little bit of fuel. And then obviously back in the field, Gary Weaver's saving fuel. Cozy's saving fuel. Done.
Why are we saving fuel?
Interesting.
How'd you let it get this close?
Yep, alright. Well, because obviously under the green flag stop, it's the money stop. You're not going to take more fuel than you need. You're hoping that you don't get a caution. And maybe you take, one for one or two attempts, but you don't want to just fill it up just for the fun of it.
Obviously, you don't want to just fill it up, but, like, you've got to calculate for overtime.
That's the thing, though. Even that's tricky because, like, when does it come out with 2 to go and force it to overtime? Do you come, you come to the white flag and like you can't? That's even hard to plan for. So we'll see. We've got enough fuel. 34 cars in the lead lap. Ryan Doucette 1 lap down. Daniel Falkingham 2 laps down and trapped. Needs others to park it to gain any positions out of his night. So we only get 1 more restart guaranteed, or we do 1 lap, and that'll be it. This time it's Michael Frisch, Tyler Gary, Parker White, Tucker Minner, Stephen Maggio, the top 5, Bobby Zielinski 6th, Chris Hill 7th, Wyatt Tinsley 8th, Kevin Spencer 9th, and Hunter East rounding out your top 10.
Come on, Rod Flag.
All 36 cars still running. It'll be a wild one if they can get 1 lap completed. Michael Frisch, the control cars have been so close so many times just this season. Looking for his 5th career win. Enters the Geico restart zone. We're back underway for attempt number 2 of RODDCAR overtime. If you're at the back, it's time to go. You're going to see the 3 wide pretty much immediately. At least once they get off turn 2 and they get some speed built up.
Oh, they're going around. They're already going around.
Oh, big collision there for AJ Green. That's both 24s again. Second half of the field scatters. We'll go to all 3 attempts at overtime. Both times did not make it to turn number 3. Bad luck if you're a 24 fan in the overtimes here. Both 24s have been wrecked both times. Let's take a look here. A little bit of a checkup, and it is Colin Forrester just hitting AJ Green off-centered. Right into the 24 on the inside of Hunter East. Back up to the other 24. Andrew Cootie, Corey Henry, Mendez going around. Jacob Roth nearly getting involved there. Falkingham, I think. He's stuck 2 laps down. He'll even get the 1 lap down, but it will not matter. Doucette back on the lead lap incredibly.
Do we have a caution counter?
I can count them up real quick. So tonight there have been 8.
Not as bad as I thought it would be.
And I think 4 of them were in the first 20. So second half they calmed it down. We had a really long green flag stretch, wrecked inside of 5 to go to bring out RODDCAR overtime, and then used up 2 more attempts. So it is what it is. Will anybody pit? Did anybody underfuel it? At this point, you want the track position, so I don't think so, but did anyone completely miss the mark? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, if you're Daniel Falkingham, you could pretty much go and exit the race, unfortunately, because I don't even think that wreck will put anyone in the parking lot. So he's kind of resigned to 36th. That puts Ryan Doucette back on the lead lap. So we'll have 35 of 36 cars going for it on the last lap. So there's a lot of positions to be gained, a lot to be decided, a lot to lose. We'll see what happens here in just a couple minutes.
I really hope we can make it around to the white flag so Rod doesn't have to manually do everything.
We are about to find out. We've done 80 laps. We're supposed to do 75. So, a little extra tonight for everybody's viewing pleasure. All for free. And here we go. Lights are off on top of the pace car. So here we go. Final count.
Yeah,
35 cars on track running. 35 cars on the lead lap. Daniel Falkingham has obviously parked it and given it up. Cannot gain positions. He is the only position decided. He is your 36th place finisher. Colin Forster catching up. Various cars with damage and whatnot. We'll see what happens, but they are all on the lead lap. At least 10 of them won't cross the line under their own power. That's my under-over. And here we go.
I'm on a Rod flag from 31st.
Final attempt.
Do they make it around to the white
Overtime.
flag?
No. They didn't the first two times. They won on the third time, but it does not matter. This is the point of no return. We will get a green flag finish. We're going to get a winner. And it could be an all-timer with 35 cars still in contention. Here we go. Field off of turn number 4. All the way back to Colin Forster. At 17 rows and then Colin Forster. Field in control with Michael P. Frisch in the 58 machine. Again here for the third restart. Frisch, Gary, White, Maggio, Minter, the top 5. Zielinski, Hill, Tinsley, Spencer, Payne, the top 10. And here we go.
Ooh, that start from the inside line.
Just a great breakaway for the top 10 in general. I guess really the top 8.
Barker's going to have himself in position. If he wants it, he's got, control of that outside line as well.
Frisch naturally drifting him up the hill, though. Zielinski already going 3 wide. Tinsley going with him.
Ooh, that inside line. Tucker Minter, Christopher M. Hill.
Nathan Barrows and Michael Cozy Jr. involved in 2 wrecks in the first 10 laps, but here he is late trying to close. We're minded their P's and Q's at least for the first lap, but it didn't matter that time. Through 3 and 4, Tyler Gary goes bottom to middle, leaving Minter the low line with Hill Cozy going up top. Gary looking to lead the white flag lap. But who's going to get back to the checkered flag?
Frisch trying to go around the outside. He's going to get the right rear of Gary.
Nearly disastrous, and Frisch pretty much out of it. It's Tucker Minter who leads through 1 and 2. Hill all over the back bumper. They're tandeming away from the field just a little bit. About Nathan Barrows there in that third position, getting pushed by Gary Weaver. A couple of rookies wrecking in the midfield for now, and there they go. Jacob Roth, DJ Smith, that doesn't matter. We race back to the finish. The 2-car tandem pulling away. Tucker Minter has won here twice. Big wreck in the back. It still doesn't matter. We got multiple cars involved. Gary's making a late run at it with Parker White, and here we go. Through the tribal for the final time. Here comes Gary into the back of Hill, but at the line, it's going to be Tucker Minter. 3 out of 4 at Talladega. Incredible.
What a block.
Oh!
By
Cozy. Holy smokes, what a wreck. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if that's blocking for your teammate or blocking just because you want the position, but what a block by Christopher M. Hill.
Back this up. And they tandemed away from everybody, had it all the way up to the trial, but Gary gets a big run. He probably just wanted the push for himself, honestly. Gary gets him a little bit off-centered in the right rear. And these 4 cross the line. White gets turned for his troubles. Coke Series drivers sweep the podium spots again. Maggio, the first man. My goodness, Michael Cozy Jr. What an impact. Damage and all comes across 7th, and that is just impressive. Dryling piles in there. Corey Henry gives him a good shot. Andrew Cootie 10th in his return. Gary Weaver, good finish on 11th in his second ever start. Nathan Barrows, 3rd top 10 in his 8th career start, but it's Tucker Minter picking up his 7th career win in his 43rd career start. And let's take a look at some of the death that happened behind us. They were nice up until the white flag. And then not much longer after that is... not sure what Ryan Oates did there, but he got him out of shape once, and then he got hit from behind, all out of control, and Jacob Roth, literally nothing he could have done about that. That's the first wreck. And then we have a blinking James Mendez, the unfortunate cause of the second wreck, it looks like. Oh yeah, Mo Perry, nothing he could have done. Back up the track, Kevin Spencer, Dylan Kemp, Garrett Delph. And my goodness. And there's your finish.
Still waiting on 1 and 2. Parker White was in there fast.
Another vintage RODDCAR finish. Another Tucker Minter Talladega win.
Honestly getting insane.
3 out of 4, and I think the one that he didn't win, he finished 6th in. So, pretty incredible. And we have your race winner. Here with the race winner, Tucker Minter. And what is it about Talladega that when we come here, you'll be in the mix at the end? 3 wins from 4 races and a 6th place finish as the other one. Just pure dominance this season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember much of the other one, but just kind of being in the right place at the right time for these green-white checkers, you've been pretty fortunate. This was the first one where I feel like I've been the leader instead of the guy doing the pushing and making the move, but it just kind of worked out this race with how big of a gap Chris got that he couldn't really pull out until it was kind of too late, and then he ended up kind of getting bounced around. So definitely nice to get another win here at Talladega.
Absolutely. Pure dominance. The Dale Sr. right now, just the Pied Piper, whatever you want to call it. Just putting on a clinic. Very impressive. Congratulations again. And we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, thanks guys for streaming the race. Thanks to Rod, of course, for putting the league on. Hashtag free Seth the Merchant. Hopefully he'll be back next week. My man should not have been blamed for at least one of the three that he was blamed for. Now, one of them might have been his fault, and the second one, you can make some arguments. But there was one that, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that was on him. But
we'll just scrub
hopefully we'll get
Atlanta
him
from
back.
the record book as a whole after last week.
Yeah.
But
So we got some incident points in the race this week to protest that, and I think we accomplished that by really racking up some big numbers there. So yeah, it was a good night.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Need the fireman back.
Here with your runner-up tonight, Chris Hill. Started 20th, finished second here tonight, and you definitely get the big assist for Tucker Minner's win. Almost had it timed perfectly with the two-car tandem, and then you were able to pull out in front of Gary. Just needed that last little bump from Gary to be a little bit cleaner, and you probably could have stolen the win tonight here.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think Tucker and I would break like that, but I didn't really see exactly what happened, but obviously we did. And obviously I couldn't stop pushing him or else we were both doomed. So I was like 294 oil in the middle of 3 and 4. So I don't think I could have pushed him to the line. So yeah, when Gary had his run, it was my shot to win. Just had to hope that he like kind of bounced me forward more than hit me sideways. But I mean, I don't really, nothing really to do. It's just racing. But it was good. It was fun. Most importantly, I set the record for the most incident points in a rod car race tonight. So that was sick. 314.
Yeah, our counter, I saw what you guys were doing. It said officially you were off the track 37 times here tonight.
Yep.
all in a day's work. But very close to your first win of the season. You keep knocking on the door and putting yourself in those good positions. And like you said, 294 end attempt. You play the cards that you're dealt and almost stole one there. But congratulations on this podium finish, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
No, just thanks for you guys for broadcasting, Rod for putting everything together, and everybody for showing up and having fun on Friday night. So it was fun. We'll do it again next week.
Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Yep, see y'all.
Here with your third place finisher tonight, Parker White, crossing the line in style. And you were one of the first ones, along with Gary, to break out of that pack, trying to run down Minter and Hill. What were you seeing on that final restart and coming to the tri-oval?
Yeah, Frisch and I were hooked up pretty good there coming to the white flag, and then we just got all out of shape there, and Frisch got knocked up into the wall. So I just committed to pushing Gary there and gave him a bit of a bad push out of 2. It got him squirrely. And then from there, Chris and Tucker were just basically pulling away. We were side by side there, and I knew we had to get it sorted out. And going into 3, I thought it was basically race over with Tucker and Chris just pulling away, but luckily, Gary and I were able to clear, and we did everything we could to try to get up there. And at least we got up there to have a shot at the win. So that's really all I cared about there in the last lap. But after the way Atlanta went, like that Atlanta race was probably one of the worst races, just racecraft wise, and how my luck in that race was just so bad. I think I used my fast repair once. I broke my tires, and then my tires just the tires will just fall off of this car. I had to use my fast repair early on in this race as well because my tires just fell off when I hit the wall. So I was lucky enough to not get wrecked again after that. So the top 3 finish here is very good.
Absolutely. Crossing the line in style as well sideways. 4th in points with 2 races left in the regular season. Looking very good to try and get yourself bypass the wild card round and advance right into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, the points are very big for me. And speaking of points, the average incident count of the top 3 finishers tonight was 213.3. So another statistic there. But yeah, just points wise for the playoffs. Obviously won a championship last season, so hopefully I'll try to do it again this season.
What's funny about that is you got a little overlay here. You officially, it says, according to us, went off the track 1 time, and you still had, according to that picture, 145 incidents. So that's pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, I started I started off by just shifting into reverse on the pace laps, and that gives you a 2x. And I had no clue that like all the Altus guys were also doing that. So I think around like halfway, Chris said he had 108 incidents. That's only at 70, so I kind of just gave up there.
Yeah, he won the race and the incident count. 314 incidents. My goodness. So yeah, definitely an interesting night. But yeah, congratulations again on the podium finish, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, just as always, thank you guys, Wedge Media for the broadcast, Rod for putting on the league every week, and I have to thank Williams Esports and North Source Racing as well.
So congratulations again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Gary Weaver. You're with Gary Weaver, stuck around in pit 1. Your second ever RODDCAR race, 11th place at the finish. What did you think of it?
I am surprised I survived by the end, honestly. That's the one thing I was going to bring up earlier, but I had already ended my sentence, is I'm surprised that Harley said he had trouble getting into the LCQ. Of course, we ran the same LCQ. Everyone around me in the results had somehow like advanced or not advanced into the this main race. So I'm very lucky that I managed to get here in the first place. I'm more lucky that I survived, so I enjoyed it.
You were the last man in. 18 minutes before race time, I saw. You were the last one in due to an opt-out, and you were able to sneak in and made the most of it. 11th place finish. Did a very nice job.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Technically an opt-out, because Terry had opted out, and then Zach was supposed to go in. Shout out to
yes.
Zach Milano, who should have gone in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Zach joined as a spotter, so shout out to Zach, because he definitely deserved this. I would say more than I did in a roundabout way, because he didn't mean to click the spotter button, which I'm sure, but I know that pain, especially, but hopefully he's able to get in next week, because he definitely deserves a finish as well. But this was fun for me. Shout out to DJ Smith and then Harley Payne, because I worked with them a little bit this race.
Absolutely. Well, made the most of the opportunity, and hope to see him make it through next week.
Hopefully.
All right, here we go. Man, it's just been rough, fellas. Every time I come down here, we got what is it? Mo Perry in 16th leading the boys home tonight.
Woohoo! Fun. Yeah. I assure you, I will never be putting Metalink Technologies on my race car, ever.
All right. Why is that?
Because in the middle of an iRacing race, I had to hot swap to a Straight Talk mobile hotspot to finish the damn race.
Well, when you put it that way, it's pretty good you got 16th.
I mean, I was back on the lead lap within, 10 laps? Because cautions, woohoo.
Yeah.
But like, Jesus Christ.
Have we lost Dean Clavitt? Is he fed up? He gone? 21st? He done?
No.
Yeah, I think he saw you go into pit 1, and he was like, nope, let's leave early.
Fair enough. Jacob Roth, you were the first victim. You made it to the white, and then you were the first one to die.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I will give Ryan Oates props. He made a mistake, and he owned up to it. He apologized to me, so shout out Ryan Oates. Being a class act, being a good guy.
Class act, we love that.
Yep. It was just unfortunate circumstances.
Yep. And then DJ Smith, any final thoughts on the night?
No, at least it's the first time this season I haven't finished somewhere between 15th and 21st.
Well, you gotta take whatever positives you can out of it. Appreciate the time, fellas, and we'll see you next Friday night.
Woohoo.
All right. What a night. I had a long green flag run, a little bit of pitch strategy. Coke Series drivers sweep the podium again.
Getting tired of these
This is a historic season for them. I mean, they are just absolutely dominating. But here are the final race results. Tucker Minter continues his dominance of Talladega, and that's the semifinal race. He'll be looking real good to get the championship as things continue. But he wins by half a tenth over Chris Hill. Parker White sideways across the line off Tyler Gary's nose. Stephen Maggio, first non-Coke driver, in fifth. Joe Swanson, solid night for him. Nathan Barrows, Wyatt Tinsley, Cootie in his one-off. Gary Weaver, solid result in his second ever start. Go further down the list. So the guys that needed good points nights, Rod Flag, Jay Wright, AJ Green, Dean Clement, really didn't get those. So with 2 races left in the regular season, it'll be all hands on deck for some guys. But 35 cars on the lead lap. You can see kind of the field spread, the chaos that happened on the last lap. But with all that, still 14 cars within a second. And that was race 8 of 15 here for season 33 of Friday Night RODDCAR. Thank y'all for tuning in with us as always. And we'll see you next Friday night at iRacing Super Speedway. Y'all have a great weekend. Take care.